Street Nasheed right here in Los Angeles, making it do what it do, man. Y'all check out Black Authentic Truth. Get some real good games on YouTube. Black Authentic Truth, man. Check it out, man. Real good information.
Now that the Shedeur Sanders whole situation is over, he's been drafted, you know, to an NFL team and things are dying down. Now we can talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe I should say the devil in the room, something that was very obvious that not just me, but a lot of people saw. And if you're honest with yourself, you will agree that this is a reality. Now, there's so much racial prejudice and bigotry that was, you know, meted out against the Sanders family over this draft is just crazy and diabolical. You had a lot of people saying that he needs to be humbled. I spoke about that in the last video, right? He needs to be humbled. Him and Deion Sanders and his son, Shedeur Sanders, needs to be humble. Now they got a slice of humble pie. The NFL is putting them in their place. I'm like, everybody is all of a sudden a spokesman for the NFL and knows exactly what these NFL owners were trying to do. They were trying to humble Deion Sanders. I guess they're all a part of the same family. And all of these people took it upon themselves to say the same thing. He needs to be humble. He's too arrogant. He's too flashy. He needs to take off the chain. You know what I'm saying? The chain is too big. He needs to take off that disgusting chain. And they were just going in on something that is surrounding a game. It's a game. And they had all of this energy for a game. For a game where people run and dive and hit and catch a ball and run down the field. An effing game. Not the presidency. No one's saying Donald Trump should be humble. Nobody is saying that Vance should be humble. Nobody is looking at how arrogant the president is. And I'm using that as an example. Nobody's looking at Donald Trump and how arrogant he is and might run the world, run the nation into the third world's war. No, they're focused on a black man, him being confident, him believing in himself, him coming from a pedigree with a father who's the same way. They're worried about a effing game. They're saying that was good. He needed to be humbled. You know what that reminds me of? You know what that reminds a lot of melanated people of that's on the outside looking in? A lot of black people that's on the outside looking into this situation, because I, for one, I'm not necessarily a football fan. I grew up a basketball fan, right? But I don't really care too much for sports now that I'm an older man. You know what I mean? I probably catch things on highlights on YouTube and stuff. But you know what that looks like? You know what it looks like? It looks like your forefathers back in the day. He needs to be humbled. He getting a little too big for his britches. You think you a high-minded uppity Negro. Oh, you got a business. Oh, you doing good for yourself. No sweat. We'll come back later on tonight and we'll show you who's the boss. We'll put you in your place. That's what all of these people, white men mostly, in these comments, that's what you remind us of. You remind us of your forefathers. Now, I will say, when you go into these major publications, these storylines by these major, news outlets, media outlets, what you see is the majority. I'll say, 99.01% are white people that are against Shedeur Sanders, that are saying virtually the same thing. And you might have some white people sprinkled in. That's why I didn't say 100%. Got a few white people sprinkled in that's saying they wish him the best. They don't understand why he was done like that. So when people say it's not about race, it's clearly about race. Clearly. Like I said, you can go after this video, go and look at some of those major posts and just look at the comments. And that's all the proof you need. You come back to these comments and tell me, was I right or was I wrong? It's a game, but they have all of this energy for a young black male, not just because of the game, but you know what it really is? a black man having confidence, a black man speaking with, see, people don't understand the difference between confidence and arrogance. And a lot of times when a person is confident, like I went back and watched some of those videos with Deion Sanders and how he talked when he got drafted, man, he believed in himself. And if you get around a person like that and you put them in an area with people that might not feel so confident, those people that don't feel so confident about their physical abilities and what they're capable of would probably call it arrogance. When that's what an athlete is supposed to have. He's supposed to have confidence in himself. He's supposed to believe he's the best of the best. In anything where there is some type of competition, you're supposed to, speak like you believe in yourself. You're supposed to speak like you are him, like you are the one, like you are the best of the best. That's how you're supposed to speak. You're not supposed to be humble. It's a sport. You're not supposed to be humble and say, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll win or maybe I won't win. Maybe I'll be great and maybe I won't be great. No, you're supposed to say you're going to be great. You're supposed to believe that. But for some reason, when it comes to black men believing that they're great, not only that, but professing it and standing up straight with that, that mindset that I am great, that I am, going to be successful. That is a problem. And you say it's not about race and it's not about racism because they drafted other black men. Well, there are nuances to racism. There's context to racism. Everybody knows racism in different regions is different. I'm in California. The racists out here, it's not out up in your face. They figure out a way to be racist and hide behind certain things, certain, laws and stances in hiring processes. Racism has nuances. Just because some other black players were drafted doesn't mean that racism doesn't exist. It's the same thing as with blended families. You have some families that they have decided to mix with black people, but you still have white people in the family that are racist towards black people. You have couples that have gotten together and the white counterpart has said racist things to the black one, and they're married. So just because you come together with a people doesn't mean that they still hold those racist tendencies, that they still are racist. So you can miss me with that. But the main thing is that, we can do our own thing. Ice Cube showed us that. Ice Cube showed us we can have our own league. We can start our own league. You know what I mean? Like, these people have to be in everything and they have to chime in on everything, and not just chime in, but show how much disdain and bigotry that they have in their hearts and how much they really still are like their forefathers. Then some of them is talking about his chain and his jewelry. You know what? That's why I wore my biggest chain that I got, because I support black people wearing the flashiest jewelry that you got. Jewelry looks good on us. You understand? Our ancestors wore jewelry, and we don't have to conform to what you think we should look like. We don't have to talk how you think we should talk. Especially when we outperform in every area of life, especially when we go into a job and do the job to the best of our abilities, and we do it the right way, and we excel. And you want to talk about being humble. You want to say that we need to be humble when black people, not only been humble, have been the most forgiving people that I've ever seen in the history of the world. What the F are y'all talking about being humble? Who the hell do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Are you humble? No, you're not humble. You're proud because you think you can tell somebody else how they should walk, talk, and act. Your president is proud and arrogant and unlearned, and he's going to run America into the third world war. You are a proud people, and you got the nerve to tell somebody to be humble. You got the nerve to have the stance like you're God or something like that. Black people have tried to get along with you. Black people have integrated. Black people have done all that they can to help America be as great as it is right now. And you got the nerve to be upset at Black people over a damn game? Over a game. That just shows you how childish these people are and how arrogant and prideful they really are.